for this regular joint meeting of the Minnehaha County and Sioux Falls Planning Commissions. As a courtesy to everyone here tonight, please make sure that all your cell phones are turned off. And also a note that tonight's Planning Commission meeting will be rebroadcast via CityLink and posted on the www.minnehahacounty.org site for viewing by the general public. I'm the chairman for the Minnehaha Planning County Zoning, and my name is Bonnie Duffy, and on the city side is Sean Irvin, and he will take care of the votes on that side. Any final action on the conditional use permit request will take effect 5 working days following this meeting unless a written appeal of tonight's decision is filed in the county planning office by Tuesday, May 29th at 5 p.m. In the event of an appeal, the decision will be referred to the County Commission and City Council for a joint hearing on Tuesday, June 26, 2018 at 5 p.m. That meeting is held in Carnegie Town Hall at 235 West 10th Street. The preliminary plan will be automatically referred to the County Commission and City Council for joint public hearing on Tuesday, June 26, 2018 at 5 p.m. That meeting is also held in Carnegie Town Hall at 235 West 10th Street. When the joint agenda is completed, the City Planning Commission will adjourn and the meeting will continue as a County Planning Commission. And we will consider items beyond the joint zoning jurisdiction. At this time, the Planning Commissions will consider the consent agenda. The minutes from the November 27th, 2017 meetings are included on the consent agenda. Are there any objections from the Planning Commissions to any item listed on this consent agenda? At this time, I'm only asking for a motion for the minutes for item number 1.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion's made and seconded to approve the minutes of the November 27th, 2017 meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
Oppose? Motion passes.
Motion to approve the minutes as presented from the city side.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
All opposed, no. Motion carries on the city side.
Item number 2, the preliminary subdivision for Plan 17-02. Petitioner is Craig Haar. He's also the property owner. Its location is East Sioux Falls. Diane, do you want to give a staff report, or?
It's on the consent agenda.
It is?
It is.
We can approve it. That was my mistake, Madam Chairman. I thought it was on the regular agenda. So
Okay.
unless someone pulls it, we can.
Okay.
It can be on the consent.
Is there anyone here in the audience that either a proponent or an opponent again for this? Then I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
I'll second it.
Okay, a motion's been made and seconded to approve the preliminary subdivision of Plan 17-02. That is a section of land east of Sioux Falls. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Is there a motion on the city side?
Item number 2.
Second. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
All opposed, no. Motion carries on the city side.
Okay, we'll move to the regular agenda. Item number 3. Kevin?
Good evening, Kevin Hookman, County Planning Department. Item number 3 is a conditional use permit to exceed 1,600 square feet of total accessory building at this described lot. The location is at 1220 East Carroll Street, and is approximately a quarter-mile north of Sioux Falls along Highway 115, South Dakota Highway 115. Here's the map. The petitioner would like to construct, is requesting 3,200 square feet of accessory building. And this lot is located in the subdivision of more than 4 platted lots. And the request is larger than 1,600 square feet, and which is why we have a conditional use permit request. The petitioner shows on a site plan a 30-foot by 40-foot accessory building, or 1,200 square feet. He has noted at the time of application that he would like to build larger than that, but is uncertain exactly how big he would possibly be able to go at this time. And the 3,200 square feet would fulfill that requirement, plus a little bit more in case he could. And I'll go explain a little bit more into that here. The petitioner has 3 existing accessory buildings on the property. One shown on the site plan is the garage, the primary garage, which is a 3-stall detached garage. 2, a small wooden frame garden shed located right here. And then 3, a metal frame shed located just north of the garage, which I'll show you in the pictures. The petitioner has noted that he would be willing to tear down that metal shed once this new shed is constructed, as it's getting rough condition. The petitioner does not have an attached garage, and that is part of the staff recommendation to include that as part of our analysis. And it largely appears to be attached. When you take a look at this picture, you'll see that it's very close to the house, and it's painted the same color as the house with the same roof line. The proposed accessory building request is not typical for the area, and I'll just show the area. It's hard to read with those little dots, but the largest accessory building around the area is 1,700 square feet, or close to that. So this is going to be larger than any of the other buildings. But the other existing buildings with larger accessory buildings do have an attached garage, which is one main difference. So they do have more space, storage space, than this current petitioner. Staff has been to the site, and you'll see the site photos, and has had some concerns over several items on the property, such as there's a race car, just things parked outside. The vehicles were licensed. There's some stuff being stored outside, looks like maybe from the removal of the 2 trees. But perhaps the building would allow those vehicles to be stored inside rather than out in the yard as part of the request. Staff can work with the petitioner to move those items into the buildings, as they are not allowed to have unlicensed vehicles outside of a building. Staff proposes that the property is allowed to have 2,400 square feet, which is less than what the petitioner has requested. For the following reasons. The building, the 2,400 square foot building, takes into account that this falls typically more similar to an attached garage. This would allow the petitioner to build 1,536 square feet larger building other than what he has built there. That would fall under the typical allowance of 1,600 square feet. And it would allow him to have some leeway if he was to take down the existing buildings on the property and build a larger building to meet his goals. And as noted before, some of the outside storage should be moved indoors, and the other licensed vehicles should be parked on a gravel driveway as part of this permit. So as a conditional use permit, there are criteria that the commission needs to review, and there are 6 listed there. I'll go over them quickly. The criteria: 1, how does this affect the use and enjoyment of other property in the immediate vicinity and the uses already permitted on the property values in the immediate vicinity? The construction of the proposed accessory building should have little impact on the surrounding properties in the immediate vicinity. The highway is nearby, and the property is a double lot, so it is larger than normal lot in the area. Number 2, the effect upon normal and orderly development and improvement of surrounding vacant properties for uses predominant in the area. The accessory structure may be used for residential storage only, and no commercial business is allowed. Staff feels that the allowance of 2,400 square feet of accessory buildings will generally meet the allowable area of nearby properties when attached garages are taken in considerations. Future residential properties may request larger accessory buildings in the future based on this, and we will have to be aware of that coming in future buildings requests. Number 3, the utilities, access roads, drainage, or other necessary facilities are provided. The petitioner will be responsible for obtaining utilities and for the proposed accessory building. A driveway will need to be constructed on the site as well. The new driveway may require a driveway permit from the township or road district that maintains Carroll Street. A gravel driveway would be preferred or should be required of this permit to prevent mud and debris from being tracked on the road. Number 4, that off-street parking loading requirements are met. This should help ease off-street parking. No off-street parking should be needed as a result of the activities of this accessory building. Number 5, that measures are taken to control offensive odors, fumes, dust, noise, vibration, and lighting so that none of these will constitute a nuisance. Odor, fumes, dust, noise, vibration, and lighting should not be a concern for the neighboring properties. As mentioned earlier, there is some concerns for outdoor storage that can be worked with the petitioner to move those inside. Number 6, the health, safety, general welfare of the public and the comprehensive plan. The proposed accessory building should have little to no effect on the health, safety, general welfare, as well as the Envision 2035 comprehensive plan. Other large accessory building totals are located in non-farm properties in the nearby area. And as noted before, this proposal of 2,400 square feet is similar to other properties when taking into account the attached garage or the detached garage. So staff recommends approval of conditional use permit 1824 with the following conditions. Number 1, the total accessory building square footage shall not exceed 2,400 square feet. Number 2, a building permit is required prior to construction of the accessory building. Number 3, that only personal residential storage shall be allowed in the building and no commercial use or commercial storage shall be allowed at any time. Number 4, a driveway must be constructed out of gravel to connect the accessory building and accessory driveway to Carroll Street. Any required driveway permit must be obtained prior to the building permit being issued. Number 5, that all outdoor lighting shall be fully cut off, fully shielded design to prevent the direct spillage of light beyond the property boundaries. And number 6, that the Planning and Zoning Department reserves the right to enter and inspect the accessory building at any time after proper notice to the owner to ensure that the property is in full compliance with the conditional use permit conditions of approval and the Minnehaha County zoning ordinance. Is there any questions?
Jeff?
John has a question too, but Kevin, how big is the lot on this?
Approximately 0.73 acres, so larger than half acre.
Thank you.
Attached garages aren't accessory buildings, is that what you're saying?
Correct.
But detached garages are,
Yes.
and you're suggesting to make an accommodation because it's almost an attached garage
Yeah.
because of its proximity to the house.
Yes.
That's your basis for making the recommendation.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Becky?
On condition number 1, then should that read that the total accessory building square footage excluding the garage shall not exceed 2,400 square feet?
You could make a recommendation similar to that. This would include that 3-stall garage with that 2,400 square feet. You could make that as something like no new accessory building structure can be more than 1,600 square feet or something to that effect. That would do the same purpose. But he could, I suppose, tear down his 3-stall garage and build a larger building up to that 2,400 square feet with how it's written here.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? I have a question, Kevin, for you. Has he been made aware of the reduction in size of what it should be?
Yeah, he has received the staff report, and
Okay.
he should be here.
Okay.
Yep, and so he can talk to you about that.
Anyone else? Is the petitioner here?
Questions here?
Please come forward, state your name and address.
I'm
Oh,
sorry, I did have a question. I was
Yes.
thinking through it though, Mr. Chair. So you said the other structure that was on there was currently run down or dilapidated,
That would be,
some sort?
yeah, there's this tin shed right here.
And you're saying he is planning to tear that down? Is that going to be a condition, or is that just something that he's verbalizing, I guess?
As of right now, it's just verbalizing of it. So, and if it is that 2,400 square feet of accessory building, this building is included in that 2,400 square
So it
feet.
would be a requirement for him to remove that one prior to even building the other one, correct?
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? Okay. Will the petitioner please come forward, state your name and address?
My name is Jeff Whitrock, 1220 East Carroll Street, Sioux Falls.
Any questions for the petitioner?
Madam Chair, I do have one question.
Sure, Mike.
Do you have any qualms or any concerns with the reduction in size from the original request, or are you okay with this 2,400 square foot number?
Actually, I wanted to go bigger. If I'm gonna tear my stuff down, that shed behind there, it's a 12 by 24, and it is removable, you know, it can be taken down. And you know, like I said, I have things in there, and I'm willing to tear it down, but I would like to put my other building up so my stuff isn't sitting outside, you know. And as I mentioned to him, when I went down and visited with Kevin, you know, that as soon as the building was up, I would take that one down. I have no problem with that, you know.
We can structure it that way, that's not a problem.
But we can just put a condition here that, you know, removal of the existing shed has to be within 6 months or to a
We
timeline.
would do that when he comes in for the building permit, we would just note it on there that
Okay.
he has to have that metal building gone within 30 or 60 days or something, once the new building is done.
Because now that other building in the back, there's just a little garden shed, that's gonna be removed too, see?
Anyone else have any questions for the petitioner?
No, but Mr. Chair, I think that it just needs to be clarified that your total accessory building square footage is 2,400 square feet, correct? So it's, whether it's one building or two buildings, your total square footage is 2,400 square feet. So it'd be a requirement to remove anything else prior to building something if you were to maximize that or exceed it.
So I guess, I'm a little lost here, I guess my question is, you're talking 2,400 square foot, is that including that garage sitting there? See, then, if that's the case, then what's my maximum building that I can put up?
2,400 square feet.
I can build a 2,400 square foot building, is what you're telling me?
If you tear everything else down, you could.
Them other ones, but what about my
Yeah, that
garage?
would include tearing your garage down.
Correct.
It's
See, now, when,
1,200 square, roughly an additional 1,200 square feet.
that's what we're asking for, is an additional 1,200 square feet.
Your garage plus 1,200 square feet.
Yes, the garage that I have it right now, plus 1,200 is what I'm asking for.
That's what you're getting.
That's what I'm getting. That's, okay, that's, you know, when he mentioned how big the lot was, what happened was when I bought this place, I bought the lot beside it, and the lot actually is 150 by 147. That's how big the lot is that I want to put this building on. They said that in order for me to do that, I had to join both properties together to put this up. So then I go down, I join them. A year later, I come down. Now they tell me I had to do all this. So I've gone through everything I've needed to. If I would have just left that lot alone, I could have put it up without all this. Am I right?
No,
No?
you're not right.
Okay.
No, you can't have an accessory building alone on a lot.
Okay.
Has to be, basically, think of it like you have to have an existing residence that you're going to combine it into. It's the residence that you need to have on
Okay,
the lot.
okay. Well, see, that ain't what they told me down there at that time. If I'm allowed the 2,400 square foot, that's all I ask. And the vehicles that are there, between my wife and I, we have 9 kids. We've always got cars there to work on, so I mean, I want to eliminate that, is what I want to do. So, that's why there's a lot of vehicles there. It's not that we're running a business or anything like that whatsoever,
Just in
no means.
quick math says it's your garage plus 1,536 feet.
I'm just gonna ask that Kevin summarize it again for everybody's sake, because I think it's been a bit confusing.
So, as you just stated, and it's put out in the staff report, that his 3-stall garage is 864 square feet. So 2,400 square feet, if he's to leave his 3-stall garage and tear down everything else, he would have 1,536 square feet remaining that he could build that accessory building out of.
And then we're saying through the building permit process, he can construct the new one and then tear down the old 2.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Is that clear?
Any other questions?
And Kevin, the planning department will oversee that anyway, isn't that correct? Okay.
Yep.
Any other questions?
Kevin?
No?
Anybody here in the audience have anything to say about this particular item? Okay. Commissioners?
I'd make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, a motion's made and seconded to approve the continual use permit 18-24. It is Jeff Whitrock, 0.25 miles north of Sioux Falls. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to approve this item with the conditions noted.
Make a motion to approve with the 6 conditions listed.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
I just commend you guys. I think it's a pretty good compromise that got worked out, so nice job.
Okay, any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
All opposed, no. Motion carries on the city side.
Okay, there is no old business, no new business, and no business from the county commission.
Motion to adjourn. To adjourn the joint meeting.
Second to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to adjourn and second has been made. Any discussion? Hearing none, we are adjourned. Thank you.